Hi, my name is Katie, and I'm the driver for the session, and I'm here with.
Yeah, nice, nice navigating for you.
Okay, so today we are going to cover chapter 2 and 3. So, chapter 2 was about classes and objects. So, object versus classes. A class is a blueprint slash template for objects. An object is an instance of class, a thing you can use. You can make many objects from the same class. Here we have an example. So, here dog is a class, and each new dog is an object. Here we have instance variables. Variables declared inside a class but outside methods are instance variables. Each object has its own copy of these variables. Over here in this example, Fido belongs only to the dog over there. Next we have methods. Methods are behavior of an object. They often use or change instance variables. Return type specifies what, if anything, a method sends back. Next we have reference variables. When you create an object, the variable doesn't hold the object itself, but a reference address to it. Here's an example. So here we have dog d1 equals a new dog d2 equals a d1. Both refer to the same object. So now d1 and d2 point to the same dog. Here we have an encapsulation, keep data, instant variables, and behavior methods together in one unit, the class. So you interact with the objects by calling their methods, not by directly manipulating variables. Here we have garbage collection. Objects that have no reference are automatically removed from memory by Java's garbage collector. Here we have an example. Dog D equals a new dog. D equals a null. Old dog object is now eligible for garbage collection. Next we have the multiple objects. So you can make many objects from the same class, each with its own state instance variables, but they all share the same methods like behaviors. Um, so we had an exercise for chapter 2. So am I compiled from a Java file? The answer is a class. My instance variable values can be different from my bodies. The answer is an object. I behave like a template. The answer is a class. I like to do stuff. The answer is a method. I have many methods. This is a class. I represent state. That is a variable. I have behaviors. This is an object. Um, I live on the heap. The answer is object. I am used to create object instances. The answer is a class. My state can change. Answer is an object. I declare methods. Answer is a class. I can change in runtime. Answer is instance variable. Moving on, we are going to chapter 3. Primitives and references. Two kinds of variables. Primitive variables hold the actual value like int, double, and boolean. Reference variables holds references. Memory address to an object. Here is an example. Int x equals to 5. This is the primitive holds 5. Dog d equals a new dog. Reference points to a dog object. Assignment works differently. For primitives, assignment copies the value. Over here we have an example. So int a equals to b, int a equals to 5, sorry. Int b equals to a, b gets a copy of the value 5. A equals to 10, b still will be 5. For reference, assignment copies the reference, not the object. So dog d1 equals a new dog, dog d2 equals a d1. D2 points to the same object as D1. Next, we have the null references. Sorry, the null reference. A reference variable can be null, pointing to nothing. Using null with a method variable causes the null pointer exception. So dog D equals a null, D dot bark will throw an error. Arrays are objects. An array variable is a reference to an array object. Array holds parameters or references depending on their type. So here we have an example. Next we have the array element get default values. Parameters is 0, 0, 0, false, etc. References is null. Passing variables to methods parameters, method gets a copy of the value, references method gets a copy of the reference, so you can change the object but not which object the caller's variable points to. Here we have an example with void. So change num won't affect the caller's int. Change name will change a dog's name since both reference the same object. And that is it for chapter 3. Any questions, Bia?
No questions.
Thank you for watching.